Ah, welcome back to the Boy Time channel. Today, Mitski, Nothing's About to Happen to Me. You, new release.
Hey.
This is Mitski album number 5?
5.
Yeah, 5 on the channel, which is impressive, I think.
Yeah,
I think
I think
she's
so.
the most covered artist on the channel, maybe tied with
Arca.
Arca now.
We have 6
6
Arca
Arca. Okay.
reactions.
Mitski will eventually pass Arca. I think I
That's
can
true.
confidently say that since there are still a couple that we have to get to. But this is a new release, so neither of us picked it, but we both picked it at the same time,
That's right.
technically.
Isn't that lovely?
It really is. But this is our first in this format. We have reactions to 4 other albums of hers if you want to check them out back in the before times. But this is coming off of her 2020, was that 2023? Yes.
Yes.
The Land is Inhospitable, and so are we. A very cool title.
Mhm.
And then this one just came out. I think there was 2 singles for it. I listened to the first one, which is Where's My Phone? And
Mhm.
then I stopped listening because I usually do one single and then I stop. But yeah, this is the new release. It's a typical Mitski track's length, 30 minutes, really easy, fast, goes by crazy
Yeah.
quickly. But yeah, what were your first impressions?
My first impressions were that this was a Mitski album,
Mm-hmm.
and it wasn't close enough to The Land is Inhospitable and So Are We, which is by far my favorite Mitski album.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I would say it's like Mitski album, the last one, and then like Be the Cowboys like all the way down here, and then
Mm-hmm.
the rest.
Okay.
Not that I don't like Mitski. It's just like for some reason, I think it's like there's just kind of clash with her vocals and then like the heavy rock kind of
Mm-hmm.
stuff that she did. I'm thinking specifically of like Puberty 2. That's probably
Yes.
my least favorite Mitski album.
Mm-hmm. I think I agree.
Um, Yeah, because Lush kinda surprised me.
Yeah,
I haven't
that
gone
album
back and
bangs.
listened to it.
Mm-hmm.
I need to go back because I remember really liking it, but, I went back to Be the Cowboy relatively recently and was like, "Wow, that was really good."
Mm-hmm.
But I think The Land is Inhospitable and So Are We was my number 2 album of 2023, only being beaten by Javelin,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a neck and neck race. Like, I love TLIIAS. There's really no way to shorten that. The last album, I guess we'll call it.
Mm-hmm.
And so, in the lead up to this album, I was looking forward to it, obviously, and I had seen some like press releases and whatever interviews that were kind of like, this is the follow up. Like, this is kind of going to be along the same vein. And
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there are some songs that are definitely like the last album, but I would say most of the album isn't. And I'd say that this is more of a return to form for Mitski than it is a continuation of the uh, what was going on in the last album,
Mm-hmm.
which is a little bit disappointing to me.
Okay.
But I can understand why everybody loves this album because everybody loves the older Mitski stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, isn't Puberty 2, is that like her most popular album?
At the time, it was. I feel like Be the Cowboy has kind of
It's
surpassed
kind of
that at
taken
this
it.
point, but I don't know.
Okay.
She's had a
I
wide
don't know
spanning
either.
career, so.
Yes, yes, and that is true. So I understand. Like I've been seeing people give crazy scores to this
Mm-hmm.
and say that it's like the best album of the year. Um, but I think I disagree. But
Okay.
I don't hold any ill will towards anyone that says otherwise. Like you right now.
Like me right now. I didn't see any of that press or anything that said this was a continuation of the last album. So I thought I was so freaking smart when I'm like, is this a sister album to the last album? So I guess that confirms it right there.
Yeah.
And that was intentional. I will agree that Inhospitable is my favorite Mitski album. I think it goes that, Be the Cowboys right under it. And then I think
Oh,
this is floating in the number 3 spot, probably tied with Lush, I would think,
okay.
which are both pretty good albums. But I what I really enjoyed on this album was the writing the most. And I
Yes,
like
it's very
Old Mitski's cool because there's a bit more rawness in the instrumentals. It's a bit more like indie rock or kind of more
yeah.
bedroom where it's not as gussied up. These last two albums, the production has been absolutely phenomenal though, and I prefer this style for her actually.
Yes.
Because I think with puberty too, like, you're right with that weird clash of like indie rock was just kind of weird with the way her vocals are and the way she writes. There was a disconnect there for me as well. But the harder songs on this album, I think, work for me because the
Mm,
production feels like it fits where her voice has matured into that more like powerhouse that she can kind of do that now,
yeah.
where it feels more natural to me. But I don't know. I really liked this thing. I think it's too short because it just ends and I'm like, wait,
It
that's the
does
last
end.
song? And I'm like, oh no. Like usually Mitski albums are 30 minutes or whatever, but there's like it's not a two slow dancers to end it or anything. There's not like a
Oh yeah.
punch at the end that was like this is the end of the album. It kind of just ends abruptly to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think the highlights are as good as the last album, but I do love the continuation in themes and songwriting and somewhat production. I'll get into my theories on all of that stuff as we get into best tracks, but I guess we'll
Okay.
kick it to your best tracks.
Okay. My favorite song is "I'll Change for You."
Mm-hmm.
That one's just nice. I
It's
don't know if that's
fantastic.
the hit.
It feels
I
like it
wasn't.
could be.
It feels like it could be. It almost. It kind of reminds me of "My Love, All Mine" or
Yeah.
whatever it's called. In that it's like very deliberately kind of doing like an old school, almost like 50s kind of
Hmm.
song, like a smoking club, jazz lounge,
Yeah.
cabaret,
Cabaret. Cat
uh,
beret. Ha 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 ha.
cabaret. Now that's funny. And then my second favorite is probably Cats, the musical.
Hmm.
All of the songs from Cats, the musical. And then my third favorite track is Charon Obel.
That was my exact three. So we're completely aligned.
I'm glad. Well, why do you love these songs so much, huh?
I think I'll change for you is yeah, that class. I described it as smoky as well. Like it's just
Yes.
her voice is incredible on that track, and the production is also just great. That song rules. That does remind me of the highlights of the last album, which is
Yes.
great. Like I love that she's taking these more. I don't want to say ballads, but it's like a she is like the star of the show,
Yes.
and it sounds like a very classic, like when you think of the best pop stars and doing ballads of stuff, like she kind of hits those kind of notes in those songs, and it's fantastic. Cats is just really sweet. I love that song.
Yeah.
I love the art direction for this album in general and the last album. I think they're both
Yeah.
really great. The weird robin's egg vinyl packaging for the last record is very cool. I don't understand the whole theme around that, but I really like that it's in like this robin egg cracked sleeve.
Yeah.
But I love the cats on this one. I think it goes into like the last album. She has that whatever that song is, but she's like what is it? I'm Your Man, where she mentions the
Oh
dogs and
yeah.
there's the dogs barking and everything. So I think this album
Yeah.
kind of ties that with the cat theme because it seems like she's in a different emotional space on this record.
Yes.
You know, dogs could like, you know, blindly be obedient to their owner most of the time. Like there's still a range of emotions there, but it's kind of dulled into the fact that they are more obedient. And then cats are
Yes.
kind of like they inhabit wherever they inhabit, and you just gotta kind of it's a different thing. You have to work with them. There's a boundary setting. So I feel like this album kind of plays with a lot of that, which is a
Yes.
very cool kind of narrative theme to take between the two albums. Because I've been listening to both of them back to back just because they do flow into each other quite well,
Oh,
which has been very nice. But yeah,
yeah.
Cats is incredible. Sharon's Obal, whatever that is, also reminds me
Okay.
very much of the last album. So
Yes.
yeah, with those
You
freaking vocal choirs.
you don't do my boy Charon like that.
Charon's, sorry.
I've played so much Hades, and Charon is a boy.
That's true. That's true.
He's so chill. He's a chiller.
I guess for my honorable mentions, I have Dead Women because that song's fantastic. I love the
Okay.
angry tracks on this album. I think they're very, very well done. And I just like That White Cat because I deeply relate to the fact of a white cat coming in and costing me a lot of money to keep alive. I thought that hit very close to home. So I'm like,
Yes, it
this, I
did.
really mess with this song. Both the cat tracks are fantastic.
Yeah. For those who don't know, you got your cat, it was a white cat, and
Hmm.
then he died immediately.
Yes. And by that, I mean $10,000 to keep him from not doing that. And now he's fat and sits around all day and yells at me randomly. But yeah, all the narratives on this album are fantastic. I love the ties to the last one. It feels like it does build even more depth to the loneliness and like, because a lot of the last record too, I think was like being content in a relationship for the first time
Yes.
that she was feeling, but there was also still those like dark feelings that she had. And then this album feels like you're later in the relationship where everything's more like that honeymoon's over and it's kind of finding that emotional range again, with a bit
Yes.
more of nuance, which I really, really enjoyed. So, very good
I agree.
stuff. What songs
Yeah.
did you hate?
I don't like Where's My Phone? And I didn't
You
like it
don't?
when it came out, and I didn't and I don't like
That
it on
song's
the whole album.
fantastic.
In fact, most times when I started this album, I started with Cats.
Okay.
Not that I don't like In a Lake, it's just that it would eventually turn into Where's My Phone, and then I would be sad. I don't know what it is about that song. It's just too loud,
Okay.
I think. And it reminds me too much of the Mitski that I don't like.
Mm-hmm.
This is like part of the reason where I'm like, I understand. Everyone likes this because it was like the first single, and I remember people were going crazy for it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, oh no, it's gonna be puberty
One of those.
free.
Yeah.
And then it was not. Which I'm thankful for.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't really like that sound with her. Um, I'm just all about. I'm not saying that like everybody needs to be a folk artist, and I don't necessarily think that she should,
Mm-hmm.
but like, man, her folk stuff is fantastic. And it like those vocals over a more stripped back instrumental are like killer to me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just like, oh no, I want more of that and less of this.
Mm-hmm.
And I think like every single like harder track on this album is like
Your
whatever to
least
me.
favorite? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd be curious to go back to puberty too because I feel like I like that sound for her now, but maybe it's because I understand more like her writing style and where she's coming from, like emotionally. So it
Could
fits. And
be.
I'm like, I like that kind of subdued rage that you just sometimes have that comes out around this
Yeah.
album. Like the freaking guitar solo Vocaloid thing she's doing on that Where's My Phone song is awesome. I don't like that there's traffic sounds in it because I played it on the way home and I thought there was a cop behind me and there was not. So we should
Yeah.
stop doing that in songs. But
I agree.
yeah. It was very realistically put in too. I had to like press the mute button and make sure it wasn't like an actual car.
I know. I was listening to it at work and I was like, oh, there's an
What's going on
ambulance going
outside?
by or
Yeah.
something.
We've gotten too
But
realistic with the sound effects in these things. You got to tone it down a little bit.
yeah, it's true. We need to go back to like when 50 Cent was doing it.
Yeah. Or
And it
DMX.
was like
You don't hear a real
DMX.
dog growl. It's him.
That's
Make
him.
the
It's him all the
ambulance
time.
noises in your song, Mitski.
Yeah,
That's
come
my
on, Mitski.
request.
Also, I don't understand why Where's My Phone is censored.
Yeah, that's weird. I don't know what the choice was there because there's other, I don't know.
She even says bitch in the song,
Yeah,
but
that's
it's
what I'm saying. I'm like,
uncensored.
it's like one word is censored and it's not even the whole thing.
I don't know.
Creative choice
I guess.
or mistake,
But
but I doubt it. It's the lead
there's
single.
already yeah. But there's already an explicit song on the album. So
Yeah.
it wasn't like she needed to censor that to avoid making it explicit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
It's a weird
understand.
choice. It's a weird
It's an
choice.
odd choice, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Any other worst tracks? Or was that? That
I think
applies
that's
to
pretty
all
much
the
it.
loud
It
songs.
applies to all of the loud songs. I don't, and maybe, and I'm also going to say that this came out the same day as the new Iron and Wine album,
Mm-hmm.
and that is like the most stripped back acoustic folk stuff, where it's just an old dude. Like if Cat Stevens didn't almost drown in a beach and become a Muslim, then Iron and Wine is what that would have been.
Filled that void,
Um, yes. Because he's just an old man and he's like off making kind of wistful folk music,
which we love.
which I like. Yes. Yes, indeed. Which maybe we'll do someday.
Mm-hmm. I'm
But
sure.
yeah, I listened to that one first, then I went right into
Okay.
this one. And so it was kind of a gut punch where I'm like in a lake, and then where's my phone? And I'm like, oh no,
Mitski's
I
back.
Mitski's back. I don't want to
Flashback to the
be
YouTube comments on puberty too. No, it's happening again.
whatever, whatever. I like Mitski a lot.
I
I
do too.
think
I
there's just
like
a
her
lot
more
of
as time goes on.
yes, me too. Because I think when we first started getting into her, it was like, oh, this
Yeah.
is what everyone's talking about. Like,
I
why
don't
are
I
people
don't
going
think we
crazy?
had the like so much of it is like where you are in your life, and sometimes when you hear an album you're just not ready for that, and then you'll come back to it
Yeah,
and be like, "Oh, I was a dumb idiot, baby." Like I
that's
forgot I
true.
was like, we were barely entering our 20s when we first started this stuff, not to age
Yeah,
cap ourselves, but like you can only take in so much writing like this at that point. Like you don't know
correct.
about the mundanity of life and the rage that sometimes pops out of that, and that the
Yeah, we
best
were
part
in
of your day is
college.
having two cats just chilling by you or whatever. So,
That's true. Yeah, well, not for me. I
not for you.
my dog is in jail
Yeah, she's in jail, which is keyword
yeah,
for under the desk. Don't
under the desk.
don't get mad.
uh, when is Mitski gonna make a song about a fat gargoyle dog? That's what I want to know.
Maybe that'll complete the trilogy of this kind of vibe that's going here.
That would be nice.
Although
I'll set.
the last album was very dog centric, so it might have to be like a I don't know an
Well,
offshoot.
she talks about her cat on that album. I
Does she?
have a love, and he's all mine.
Oh yeah
He
yeah yeah
shits
yeah.
in a box where he's supposed to, or something.
I thought she was talking
I
about a
don't.
horse in that song, but maybe I'm stupid.
I think it's a
It
cat.
sounded like a cowboy song, so I'm like, I just figured it was a horse.
Everything, every song on that album
Yeah,
sounds like a
that
cowboy
that's
song.
that's like the two things where it's like this album is city album slash apartment
Yes,
album, and the last album
yes,
was like small town country album, which then she mentions on In a Lake, where it's I can't live in a small town, so we're like distancing ourselves
yes.
from that album. Very
Yeah,
good
I
writing.
do. Actually, I'm adding in a lake to my number four top tracks
Okay.
because I forgot. I like just kind of listen to it while we're talking, and it's very good.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember the first time I listened to it, where I was like, "Man, the strings are fantastic." And
Mm-hmm.
I was like looking through the credits, and it's like a full orchestra. I'm like,
She got
"Damn,
budget.
Mitski, that's pretty sick." So I do want to shout that out. That's
Okay.
pretty awesome
That's
that
in
she
my
did
worst
that.
tracks, but that's kind of clickbait because I don't know if I have any bad songs on this album.
Oh, really?
My two least favorites are In a Lake, just because like Where's My Phone goes so hard that I kind of want to get past In a Lake.
Oh, okay.
I put Rules in worst tracks just because
Oh,
it's one of
Rules is
my
also sucks.
yeah, but it she does say 6-7 in it, so I feel like it's not justified to put in the worst songs. I like how
Yes,
quirky it is,
I don't.
but I don't
Well,
know if
I
it's like it's right after I'll Change for You too, which is something.
I know. Rules is the evil of this album.
Okay. I could see that. I was like more like this is a Patti Smith ass song and you're
It does kind of sound like
yeah.
a Patti Smith. I was
Which is
just
great,
like, this
but
is too quirky.
yeah.
It's like, oh, step over the line.
But yeah, those are
What's
my
your?
two worst ones, but they're not
That's
bad
it.
songs. I think everything else
No.
here is borderline good. I guess I could
Yeah.
add Lightning to that as well, but that's also not a bad song. I think it's just as a disappointing
Yeah.
closer.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
So,
It's all right.
um, best moment.
Um, I think, and you might shoot me in the kneecap for
Okay.
this, but I think my favorite moment is the big crescendo, big sound explosion, and then like
Okay.
when it starts off very chill, and then she's like, "I'm a city girl," and then it goes crazy. That's awesome, and
True.
I do like that quite a bit. So thank you, Mitski.
That is fair. Um, I feel like this album is not a best moment album. I feel like it's
No,
just an
it
album
isn't
you put
really.
on and it's like this is consistently good. I guess I'll Change for You is like the highlight of the album overall, just because of
Yeah,
how gorgeous that song is. But I think just the writing and the ties to the last album and the way that those two kind of play together. I feel like these albums enhance each other, where I like the last one more now and I like this one a lot, and I think they help each other do that. This is a very cool Mitski area, because before this was
Yes.
Laurel Hell, and that album was okay. It's very 80s synthy when that was kind of the rave in the beginning of this decade.
Yeah.
But these two are banging. So,
I agree. I agree heavily.
do we dare say any Mitski hot takes if we have any?
I have already said all of them.
That's true. I was gonna say that the current Mitski is like getting better and better, but then like I will listen
Yeah.
to Be the Cowboy and I'm like, she was still killing it, and then I'll go back to Lush and I'll be like, she's still killing it. It's a different vibe now though. I like the
It is.
more put together.
It's refined.
It's refined. I feel like her writing is just her writing. I've only really gotten on Be the Cowboy forward, like
Yes.
Puberty 2 and stuff before that. Like I thought it was like pretty decent, but I didn't connect with any of it writing wise. But like these last two albums are phenomenally written, and I just really she can set the mood very
Yeah.
well with the weird, depressive, but also just insane songwriting that she does. So it's very good.
I agree. Yeah, it is very good. Thank you, Mitski.
Any last words for Cat album?
Um, I think overall it's not really my jam.
Okay.
I don't really see myself going back to this. Like if I'm in a Mitski mood, I'm throwing The Land is Inhospitable or
Mm-hmm.
Cowboy. Because I am a cowboy at heart,
Mm-hmm.
even though I've only ever been a city boy.
Mm-hmm.
Um, suburban sheltered city boy. Um, so, but in my heart of hearts, I'm a rodeo clown,
Mm.
jumping around in the
I can see
mud,
it. Yep.
getting impaled by a giant bronco
That's what I
or
want to be
bull.
in life.
I wish. I missed my calling. If only I was raised more poor
Mm.
and outside of
And
the city.
freaking Montana.
Yeah, if only I was born in Idaho. That's what I've
Mm-hmm.
always said.
Mm-hmm. It's a great way to
How
end the
about you?
Mitski review.
Yeah, I agree.
This album's good. This album's really good. I didn't expect it to like kind of hit me as much as it did, just because like with Mitski, it is kind of a what am I going to get? Is this going to be a Mitski that I really connect with, or one that I'm like I understand it's good, but I don't really like get it, which has happened many a
Yeah.
time with her. So I'm glad this one hit. But yeah, I think this pairs very well with the last album. That last album's amazing. This kind of helped me put that back into rotation because I forgot how good it is. So
Yeah.
it did its job there. But yeah, I'm interested to see what she does after this. If there's gonna be like a third kind of final chapter to this weird, kind of connected but kind of disconnected thing she's got going on here. But we'll see. But
We'll
very good.
see indeed.
I very much enjoyed. So
Thank you.
thank you, Mitski.
Thank you, Mitski.
Very cool.
Are there any other new releases?
We have Snail Mail. That's coming
Okay.
up the end of this month, so I think we have one filler between that and where we are now.
Okay.
But then after Snail Mail, we have Thundercat.
That's right.
There's one more. What's the other one? I forgot. There's a lot of stuff coming out. Some we'll do on here, some we won't. There's a lot coming out
Yeah.
that's like, we have a Mike and Earl Sweatshirt album. That's going to be amazing. I don't know if we'll
Yeah.
cover that. We'll see.
Is it a collab album?
It's a Outcast situation where they each have one album and they
Oh.
slammed it together. So
Oh, understood.
it'll be interesting. But
That'll be pretty good.
yeah, I'm excited for that. Yeah, I think those are the big ones that like are relevant to the channel. So, but Snail Mail, I'm very excited for.
Oh, absolutely. That lead single was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
So am I picking or are you picking?
I think it's my pick next.
Okay.
So we'll do one filler between this and Snail Mail. I'm bringing out the big guns because I don't know the next time I'm gonna have a chance to do this because it's gonna be a while.
Well,
We did the first Talk Talk album 7 months ago. Whenever we started this discussion,
yeah.
that was the first album we picked. But now
Okay.
we're going to do Laughing Stock, my favorite album of all time,
Wow.
because I want to yap
Okay.
about it. And I think you'll actually enjoy it in a weird way.
Okay.
I think it'll first surprise you that it's my favorite album of all time, but then it'll make complete sense.
Will it
Yes.
surprise me? Okay.
It's a very religious album.
That doesn't surprise me at all. You're
It,
very spiritual.
I'm very spiritual, but in like a way that's not. It's a very strange album, in terms of like it's very religious, but you don't need to take it that way.
Ah,
I'll do more setup for this just because like I think it does require a little bit of a. I don't want to be like the. I need to show you how to listen to this music, but like for something like this, I think you need to be set up for success, just so it's not like what is that.
okay.
So it's very subtle at points. So I think it's the one where you gotta just sit down and like listen to it and not do much else while you're listening to it. At least for the first couple of times.
Okay.
The artwork is phenomenal. The artist that did the artwork is phenomenal. You'll kind of get the vibe of that off of there. It is completely different than the other Talk Talk album we did, but you at least have a
Oh,
familiarity with the artist. So
okay.
that'll tie that connection there. But yeah, I think it'll be a good one. The world sucks, so this might be a good, just like, we'll do some, it's not lighter, but like more rejuvenating.
Okay.
So yeah,
I'm ready to rejuvenate my life in
exactly.
Christ.
Me too.
Is it a Christian album?
It's a very Christian album, but not unless you
Oh,
really it there's not a lot of words spoken and you can't understand what the words are. So you can kind of draw your own conclusions to a lot of it.
what are you doing to me? Okay.
You'll understand once you listen to it. The words literally do not matter.
Okay. All right. I guess we'll see what
Yes.
happens.
But yeah, hopefully that's somewhat of a good setup for what this is going to be. But I'm just going to be yapping about it the whole time. But I wanted to at least do a video on it at some point. So now is a good opportunity too, before we get into
Okay.
a lot of new releases.
That's right. That sounds good to me.
Yeah. So next time, Talk Laughing Stock.
Now that's funny.
Now that's funny. We have podcasts that are also funny sometimes.
We do. Yeah, unless we're talking about something serious. Like Weapons, which was our most recent episode of the Boy Time podcast. I don't know if it'll be out by the time that this video is out.
Who knows?
Hard to say, really. It's been a crazy couple of weeks for me at work, uh, cleaning up the streets, fighting justice, and
You're
ending
Batman.
apartheid and stuff like that. Um, so
Stocking
that's
the
pretty
milk
awesome.
or whatever.
Stocking milk. I don't know what that means. Um, so I don't know how all that's gonna go. But we just recorded Weapons last week, so that'll be coming out soon. Um, we have that movies, us too. We also have a show that I do that you're not in
Yes.
with my dear mother called Love the Mom. Most recently, we did 12 Angry Men. And next up is Crazy Stupid Love.
Okay.
So
Good
I've never
pivot.
seen that one. But it has Steve Carell and Ryan Gosling in it.
All your
So it's probably
favorites.
really good. I wouldn't say that either of them are my favorites, but I do like both of them. My favorite actor is Paul
If
Giamatti.
someone ever tells you that like Steve Carell is their favorite actor,
That's true. He's really good in Little Miss Sunshine. I
okay.
will say that.
Okay.
That's probably my favorite Steve Carell performance, and that's the movie that he's suicidal and gay. So we should do that on the podcast.
Sounds great.
It's a good movie. Maybe we'll do it. I
Maybe.
think you'd like it.
Okay. I do like things that are suicidal or gay and or.
And Paul Dano is in it.
Ooh, I like Paul Dano too.
He's playing an
My three
angsty
favorite
teenager.
things.
He's playing an angsty teenager who takes a vow of silence. So that's pretty awesome.
That is cool.
It's awesome. So, anyways, those are the plugs. That's all
Hmm.
we have for now.
Yeah. I'm only on this channel, on the podcast channel. I have nothing else to plug.
Except for your amazing design work that you do all throughout the city.
Yeah, which is private because I can't say what I work on and who I am. That makes me seem
Who
like I'm
you are.
I'm freaking Batman.
You are Batman.
I've said too much. Goodbye.